lighting from a big ass screen. All right, boys. Okay. I hope everybody has had a wonderful day. I have a lot to report on. Honestly, today was a tremendous day for me. Very excited to talk about it because we got a lot of things done, and it was a very important day because I was kind of starting a couple new things. I had a couple projects that I was working on, and I just got a lot of stuff done, so I'm happy about it. So let's dive in, shall we? All right, let's do this. Okay. The first thing on my Instagram, which we will look at in a second, yesterday though, so it's gone now, I did a brief, a little review of Beto's pizza. Talked about it yesterday, I believe. Pizza's terrible. Okay, it's terrible. If you like it, it's fine. You can like it. I don't give a shit. But my personal opinion, I had the cheese was melted. It was not made melted. It melted in the box. I hear that you're supposed to have cheese, shredded cold cheese on it, and you should get it on the side and then put it on the pizza. If I ever do that again, I will try that option, but I still think that I will not like it because I don't understand the cult following's mentality on this, that if the cheese is melted, it's going to taste one way, which I did not like. And then if the cheese is not melted, yeah, cool, it's an experience because it's not it's a weird thing. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good, because I also don't eat cold cheese, so I'm probably not going to like it. But it's just a funny thing, and it's just I like to share my opinions on pizza and stuff, and it's occasionally, actually, I would like to do that more. Actually, that'd be funny if I could just do pizza reviews, like Dave Portnoy. But yeah. So it was the reason I'm bringing it up though is because I got more people commenting and replying on my story saying oh yeah, you gotta have it with the cheese not melted. I don't know. Okay, it's just crazy to me that the taste is gonna be different or whatever. And last thing I'll say about it is I am not a fan of the crushed tomatoes in the sauce. I'm not a fan of that at all. I can't get pizza at Permani's or Portofino's because of those things. That's disgusting to me. It's not how I like my pizza. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, I maybe one day I'll get it with the cheese not melted, but I still don't think it's gonna be good. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. But after I kind of went through that and had those couple people reach out to me and stuff like that, I dove into the stuff that I needed to do today. And let me say off the top here that today was an important day for me because it was kind of the first day that I was kind of time blocking everything and saying okay, I'm going to do this stuff within this time frame. I'm going to do this stuff here and kind of go down the line. I fucking hit basically every one of those things right on the nose. This is exactly when I thought I was going to be doing this live stream. I had to go out to play hockey. I came back, everything was just pretty in sync, and I do it a lot, but I never had it literally a schedule and agenda just straight up like that. So, and this is the day that we had. So as soon as we woke up, we did some creative bookkeeping, and we did our normal finance stuff. So we go through all of our personal finances. We go all through all of the business finances. We had to get a little creative with a recent charge that we had. I think I mentioned it before. We had we process payments via QuickBooks for all the businesses, but specifically in this case, Find a Tech. So we had a payment come in for a site, a project, and me being an asshole, I have switched banks in the past 6 months or whatever it was. So we moved from PNC to Aslo, which I would highly recommend Aslo. I've been saying I'm going to put more content out on that, but I'm just a dick. So, but anyway, we switched accounts and I didn't make that change properly. So that money actually went into PNC, but there's no account because that's closed, and then it came out. So I had to get creative because I had to add an expense because they charged me $25. So I don't know. That's what I mean there is when you're doing this stuff yourself, you kind of have to just be resourceful. That's the best advice, honestly, I think I could give is just be resourceful. There is so much information out there. You really don't need to ever say, I don't know how to do this or I can't do this. You should ask for help when you need it, but ultimately, I just get so much information off of people that have done this shit before, either on YouTube or just on any sort of website and stuff like that. So had to get a little creative there, took care of that. Then we did some Find It Tech client work. We've been working on a project. At some point, whenever it's done, it'll be probably displayed on the site and everything in the portfolio. But we worked a little bit on that, so that was good. Talked to colleagues and clients, stuff like that. That was just moving in the right direction. I do enjoy building websites. I say this a lot, but I don't know if I'll be doing it forever. But working with clients and colleagues and stuff like that is interesting. I learn more every day about that, and I think it's important to make sure that as you go about it and as you as you deal with more people, like on your team, working for people, whatever it is, like you start to like understand like how to deal with people in a sense of like what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and just like I don't know, there's just so many things I'm just learning and experiencing a lot from it. And that is the one thing is I really think that I get a lot of value out of that side of things, because most of the time I'm kind of just working with myself and just kind of like working on these podcasts and stuff like that. So it's a different vibe, but it's good. It's definitely helpful. So next thing, I think actually one of the sites that I have got hacked because there was a vulnerability that I'm pissed because I saw it a month ago. Like I saw an article about it and I didn't know that one of the sites, it was like dormant, like it's not like being used, but like I think that somehow they got in there and they deleted like the fucking public HTML and private HTML stuff because like you could not access the site. And I was like, fuck, I saw that the other day and I was like, what the hell happened? So I restored it back to a backup and it worked and it's fine and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that I fixed the problem, and I don't think it would have gotten any worse because I think that the thing might have been patched sort of like in between there or whatever. But regardless, I'm pretty sure it's fixed, so that's nice, even though it's not really being used. But that's important because that's another thing too, is like that kind of ties into all that. Like if that would have been an active client or that would have been somebody, that would have been fucking nightmare. So you live and you learn, and I need to make sure that I continue to focus on security of the sites, especially the ones that we have live, because we got a decent bit now, and I'm sure specifically certain industries are probably targeted more than others, but just anything that's vulnerable, you got to be careful. So website building, woohoo. Next thing was I had a 3-hour time block, and in that time block I told myself I'm going to do the entire process for FBP episode 60. So for those of you who don't know, I'd love to make like a video on this. I was actually thinking about this today, like this or something else, either this or like just the process of all the shit that I do right now for FBP, for AM and the PM. And basically what I do is I take in all the footage, I put it into, you can't see it right now, but it's DaVinci Resolve. And it's like just a video editor. I go through the whole steps and everything like that. I take the clips because normally there's multiple clips because the camera likes to fucking overheat. So we put all the stuff in there. I kind of put it in the little template thing. I go through all that. I make sure that the audio is all lined up, and then I edit the whole video. I process out the audio. I make it a little bit better in a different program called Audacity. I throw it back in. I render the video out, and then I throw it onto YouTube. And then I have to do like the descriptions and everything. Like I said, I would love to make a video on that whole process just because I know it could probably be better, but I also know that where I'm at right now could probably help some other people. So point though, in this context, is that I had a 3-hour window, and I told myself, I've never looked at how long these take me. And I think that that's probably a good time. It pretty much took about that time with like the rendering and everything like that. So that was good. And I was excited about that. So we got that done. That'll air tomorrow at... what time? That'll air tomorrow at noon. Wait, no, tomorrow's Tuesday. Actually, I'm way fucking ahead. So sorry, Wednesday at noon. Go check out fuelbyprogress.com. That doesn't have anything on it yet because the store's not launched, but you can go to the social media and listen to the podcast. Go subscribe on YouTube. I would appreciate it. Here you go. I'll give you a straight up link. Just go hit the subscribe button. That wasn't the subscribe. That wasn't it. God damn it. Here, it's right here. It's right here. Don't play that. Oh, don't play that. Don't play that. Don't play that. Here you go. Play that. Yeah, go there, please. Okay. So what else do we have here? Let's go back. Okay, so yeah, like I said, process that whole thing. It'll be live Wednesday at noon. I'm actually filming the 62nd? No, 61st episode, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't have one. Yeah, so I'm filming next week's episode tomorrow, actually, at noon with another great guest. So I'm very excited about that. Just keep, I'm enjoying doing them. I know that they're long. I know that there are definitely things that I need to improve on. The biggest thing being that I need to make that more consumable. And I have an idea. I think I'm going to reach out to a buddy of mine and see if he can kind of facilitate that for me, because we just need to do that. But again, we have this problem of we're not really monetizing that yet. Well, it can't, in a lot of ways, can't be monetized yet. So I don't know. We're between a rock and a hard place, but I believe in it tremendously. So we're just moving forward, and I think we're gonna have a lot of success with that as we continue to just put out the content. So yeah, I appreciate you check it out. That'd be dope. All right, this is a big part. So sort of in that same vein, if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, I'll drop you a link to make it easy for you right here. Boop. There you go. So what I sometimes do is I go through here and we watch like my story, but like I'm gonna watch the story here because this is like pertinent to what a big part of today. I told myself after I was done with the processing of that episode and getting that all done, that I was going to go outside to this little place that I have, and you should be able to hear that. Hopefully it's not echoey into this microphone. It's like but if you can hear that, then that's great. If not, you don't really need to hear it because I'm kind of talking over it anyway. But it's on my Instagram story. We don't really have to listen to the whole thing. But I will actually just mute it, so now you probably shouldn't be able to hear it. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to hear it anymore. But if you're looking at this, it doesn't really matter because like what I'm saying, you can see on the Instagram story. But basically, I'm going to summarize. I have this little tiny like house thing outside of my house, like that my parents built for us when we were younger, but it was kind of like too old and we didn't use it. It doesn't matter. But anyway, it has some stuff in here. You can see like it has some sports shit in there. We've obviously played a lot of sports over the years, hockey and all that sort of stuff. And then it's also accumulated some other things. And this was way worse before. I was selling a lot of shit on Facebook probably like 6 months ago. And there was like a air hockey table and like a foosball table, sold all that sort of shit. So there's still kind of some remnants, but my parents and I both kind of had this idea where instead of filming in like the garage backdrop that you see, I could probably get rid of some of this shit and I can put the studio on the other side, which you can kind of see maybe in one of these. But anyway, I kind of talk about just like the stuff that I'm selling. So you should go check this out. The only thing that I sold was the gloves so far. So if you want any of this shit, go take a look and I will sell it to you. But yeah, that's on my Instagram. Links in the thing. And then I went underneath here and like kind of found some like balls and a fucking light bulb. That was weird. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about here. So you can kind of see this shot here where like all this stuff is here. That is definitely going to get out of here because none of that's mine. But that is the area where the studio would be, like that half of it. I don't know the dimensions. I think it's like 12 by 20 maybe or something like that. So we should be able to put like something there and have the chairs and everything like that and have the camera over where I'm standing. It should work. It should work really well, honestly. I'm concerned slightly about the acoustics because it's very small, but I should definitely be able to rectify that somehow if there is a problem there. So basically, I put a lot of work into like moving shit around and kind of like prioritizing stuff. And so we're going to get rid of all that other stuff on the other side and then probably clean up this side too, just so it doesn't look like a fucking shit thing. I'm trying to get rid of all this stuff, like I said. But I'm excited. I'm very excited for this new space where we can hopefully be podcasting and I can kind of leave some of the stuff up. Honestly, we're just iterating. We're just continuing to make this better. One day, maybe we will have like an actual studio, like a Joe Rogan-esque type of thing, but you got to start somewhere. So very excited about the progress that I made here. And then why don't we just do this here? So I had this huge ass meal, these 2 sandwiches and shit like that. I put Jesus Take the Wheel. That was kind of funny. And then that was actually, I got to go back. I got to go back to Schieffer. That was, I was sitting before my hockey game and that's my boy, Mike Schieffer. Go give him a follow. Mike.Schieffer.32. Great hockey player, man, myth, legend. So yeah, so that's my Instagram. Go follow that. And the reason, again, we did that was because actually threefold on this list. So we made a lot of progress on the podcast studio. I'm going to continue to update Instagram with that. I'd like to make like a video, but again, it's just kind of fucking just kind of like shoot from the hip and just kind of like get all this stuff done and kind of just do it as fast as possible. But I'm definitely trying to make as much content as possible as well, kind of like within all that. So we'll see what happens there. I sold those hockey gloves, pending sale on one of those hockey nets. So that's cool. And then I did all that. And then I had some hockey to play. Like you kind of saw in the story there. Played 2 games, game-winning overtime goal in the first one. Dope. A bunch of assists in like 2 games that we played, and yeah, a couple goals and stuff like that. So nothing crazy. Again, I do it because I love the game and love to get exercise. So it was a great time. Had a lot of fun there. And then I just came home, and here we are. So one thing, though, I want to talk about this, too, because I was actually, like, occasionally I watch YouTube videos in the shower, which I would love to have, like, an actual, like, not like a TV, but like an interface, like a touch screen little screen thing in my shower when I have an actual home that I build. But I normally, right now, I just take my phone in and I just set it on the little soap thing. But I watched this video and I kind of just listened to him because if I'm not making content, I love to like consume it. So normally I'll watch like a video or something like that. And I watched this video here. So I will not necessarily play it to you, but I will drop it in here if you'd like to see it. And it's all it is there's nothing crazy here. It's just Jordan Peterson. Okay, I'm a big Jordan Peterson guy. He's affected my life greatly. I'm very happy that I found his work and I've listened to a lot of it. So there's nothing fancy about the video, and I'm not going to play the audio necessarily. But basically, what he's saying here is like the danger in meaningless work, and this just like kind of like struck a chord with me because he uses this example of people that. The example was interesting, but like even just more than that, like the example was like a flip chart. And so like a flip chart is like one of those easel things and you flip it over or whatever. And he said like, he used this example that like you'll be in like bureaucracy one day. He's talking to a class and he said that someday you guys are probably gonna have jobs. You're gonna be in some bureaucracy and it's gonna be like, you can't say certain things or like certain things get like, muddled or whatever. I can't remember the exact story. Watch the video, but something about like flip is like a derogatory name for a Filipino, and then they like spent like a lot of time deciding that they can't say that flip chart word anymore. So it's just like it's meaningless shit. And that was the example that he gave, and I thought it was kind of silly that people wasted their time on that. But the second part that he said, and just in general, like not really that example, but like just the idea that people are going to get caught up in bureaucracy and in like that type of shit. Like if you're at a job at a corporation, stuff like that. And the thing that came to my mind when I was watching that was like that I don't ever want that to happen to me. Like I was kind of in that for a time and it was awful. Because I don't like this idea where like I have to like make sure that everything is, I'm a good person and I try to do my absolute best to not like, actively offend anybody and stuff like that. But like when you take it to a whole nother level where it's either like an example like that or not even offending people, but just making sure that like everything is like super perfect and nothing can ever go wrong, you get into such weeds, like the weeds of things, and like, and it almost becomes like extremely meaningless because like you're working on things and it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. And again, that's very opinionated, like meaning and meaningful and meaningless, but that's just kind of how I feel. So, but the idea came to my mind because I was thinking about the things that I'm doing and Fueled by Progress and all this other stuff. And I was like, you know what? My goal in life, if I can think about it right now, is to be happy and to be fulfilled. But like I was thinking about it, and it was like, the idea of like Fueled by Progress, for instance, right? The podcast, the clothing and everything like that. I like it because I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I like doing this stuff because I can say whatever I want and I can do whatever I want. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to fucking say like ridiculous shit. Like, it's like, I know that I'm a rational and decent human being. So I know that like, there's not going to be, there's no like crazy lines going to be crossed. I'm not like an extremist or anything like that. Like, it's just like, but I can do whatever I want. Like if I have an opinion or I want to say something, I can say it. Right. And I don't ever want that to change. So the idea, like specifically with podcasting and FVP, thought came to my mind about like Joe Rogan. Like, me personally, I don't ever want to be the dude that takes the $100 million Spotify deal. Would I ever even get that? I mean, maybe, right? Like, I mean, you have no idea, right? I don't want to say no, but like unlikely. But what I'm saying is like, I don't ever want to, like, even in much smaller circumstances, like, I don't want to sacrifice my freedom and I want to say control, but not really control, just like the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want on the things that I've created. I don't want to sacrifice that for money or for anything that comes along with that, because I just think that that's a terrible thing. You know, you've created something. That's not saying like you shouldn't sell your business and stuff like that, or that's not what I wouldn't want to do. Like if it makes sense to do that, then I'll do it. But what I'm saying is like, I don't want money to be the reason that I can't do something or I can't say something or whatever. Like if I just sold it and got out of it, then it's whatever. But I don't want to take a deal and then have the thing that I created be modified. And people have said like Joe's getting shit from the Spotify thing. This isn't about Joe, but he actually said in like his most recent podcast that like he hasn't heard from them or anything like that. So I'm putting that aside, but I'm just saying in general, because it absolutely could happen. It's like when people give you money, they feel like they have power over you, I think, and a lot of times, maybe not in that case, but again, we're not specifically talking about that. And I'm just saying that that's not something that I want to do, because I want to consistently put fulfillment and meaning and happiness far above money and far above like the things that I want to do, because I just truthfully think that that is just the best way to live. It's been working, and I just truly think that money's going to be a byproduct of that as we continue to iterate and find ways to make money and find ways to put value into the world. We're going to get, compensated for those types of things, and that's business. That's the business end of it, right? We're leading a life of fulfillment via businesses. So, I'm excited. That's kind of what I took from that video. Go ahead and take a look. Like I said, I would recommend it. Jordan is a great mind and a great influence to have. Other than that, though, man, women's maybe. It's been a great day. I was very happy with the way everything went today. A lot of progress, a lot of happiness, and tomorrow should be just as good. Like I said, we're recording at noon with our latest guest on FBP. I'll just give you a brief rundown of my time block thing. So I get up, take the trash out, and set up the studio, record, tear down the studio. Then my afternoon is pretty free, but I'm probably going to do I got to do something. So I'm either going to work on the MJS website, or I don't know, I don't know, something, yeah, or work on that studio, like trying to get that shit out of there. We'll see. And then I got hockey later in the night. So commute out there, play hockey, come back, and do this whole thing again. We'll be right back where we are now. So that's it. Great day. Thank you guys so much for the support. I saw we're up to 4 today. That's great. So, we're always going to continue to do this, even if nobody's watching. But anybody that is watching, I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. We're going to keep going. We're fueled by progress. I need to come up with a nice little thing there. Like we're fueled by progress. I don't know. I need to tie that into stuff, because that's truly me. I am literally fueled by progress. I just enjoy it. So, but that's it. Like I said, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you tuning in.